We're going to be talking about something that I think is really important that should be talked about right now. The coronavirus. Duh. Sadie, you are so cute. What is up, you guys? I am back today with another video, and today we're going to be talking about something that I think is really important that should be talked about right now. Obviously, the coronavirus. Duh. Everyone's talking about that. But these online classes that we're having to take all over the US, like pretty much every school that I know is going online for the rest of the semester or just canceling school in general. I've been seeing a lot of tweets and a lot of just randomness of like people that are nervous to be taking their online classes and saying they're gonna fail and everything, and I don't want anyone to fail their classes. Like, please don't fail your classes. Like, I don't want you to have to repeat a grade or anything. In previous years, I have taken some online classes. I am not saying that I am an expert on online classes in any way whatsoever, but me and my friends have taken some online classes and we gathered some tips that I thought I would share with you guys that would maybe help you so that you can be successful in your online classes. Like I said, once again, I am not an online class taking expert. I have taken a few before, and these are just some of the top tips that I think would help me the most if someone were to give me tips prior to me taking any online classes. I have a list of things written down that I have planned that I'm going to be telling you guys, and I hope they help, and if not, I'm really sorry, and if you still fail your classes, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I really hope I don't fail my classes. Wow, that's also, yeah. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on my post notifications so you know exactly when I post. So let's get on with these tips. The first two I think are probably the most important tips out of probably all of these. Number one is to stay on top of your email, and two, stay on top of Blackboard and Canvas. If you have a way to turn on your post notifications for Blackboard or Canvas or whatever sort of platform you use for school, turn those notifications on. And for your email as well, like I know Gmail, for my email, I have the Gmail app on my phone and I'm able to turn on the notifications from there. Turning on those notifications really helps because sometimes you'll forget about an assignment or you'll forget about something and an email pops up saying like reminding you that this thing is due in the next couple of days or whatever. The third thing is make sure you take a break and stand up. If you are like sitting down while you work, which is like most likely, I hope you're not laying down because you will definitely fall asleep just like me, because I fall asleep while I do my work because I think it's just so boring. If you're sitting down, make sure you take a break to stand up because you want to get the blood back flowing back in your system, and you want to make sure that you like stay hydrated and make sure you drink water as well and eat a snack or something. I don't know. Number four, make sure you communicate with your teacher. Make sure that if you have any questions that you're emailing them or getting to them in some way and asking those questions somehow, because the worst thing to do in an online class is to just get stuck on one thing and then not be able to move on after that one thing because you weren't able to ask that question at that one time. And then you're gonna get like upset because it's gonna get like later on into the semester and it's gonna get to midterms or the final, and then you're gonna need to like ask them the question. They're gonna be like, you should have asked this in the beginning, and you're gonna be like, I know, and it's just gonna be awkward. And also stay communicated if you have something that's going wrong with your computer. If you have something that's going wrong with your computer, take a picture of it so that way like obviously they know you're telling the truth and whatnot, and then just send it to them and be like, hey, I'm having trouble with this thing, if you could please like extend it or whatever they need to do, or like ask for help on how to get help with whatever's going wrong with your computer. Because I know there was something called Respondus that I had to download and it like wasn't working on my Mac for some reason, and I had to ask him and then I had to get the time extended, but I stayed in communication with him and he was able to extend the due date for me because I was staying in communication and staying truthful to what was going on with my computer. Another tip is to designate a specific work area. So not your bed. pretty much anywhere but your bed, even if it's like maybe not even your room. Like, I know when I'm in here, this is like where I'm the most comfortable and I'm the most able to just get into my bed and just do my homework from my bed, and then I just end up falling asleep, and then I end up not doing anything at all because I like go on my phone and then like whatever. So make sure you set a designated area where you are going to do all of your work. It truly helps. It makes you stay focused. Because that area is designated for work, you're going to want to work more. Another tip is get a planner, whether it's your phone or whatever. Even though I do not recommend having your planner on your phone or electronically, I feel like writing things down is just so much better and it helps you keep things more in your mind. Get a planner and write down all of the due dates that you have. Write down what you have to do weekly and what you have to accomplish by the end of the week and throughout the week. But normally with online classes, everything is due like on Friday or on Sunday or whatever, and you have the whole week to do it. But if it's not the case, make sure you write down everything that you need to do day by day and what you need to get done day by day. And then for your tests and midterms and finals and things like that, write that down in your monthly, so that way you have a big overview of everything that's going on throughout the month. Another tip is to create a schedule. When you take online classes, they can get very blended into one another and you can just feel like you're doing work all day. So when you have this planner, try and set up your day and where you're working sometimes, and the other times you're doing whatever you want to be doing, whatever your hobbies is, whether it's like, I don't know, reading, singing, dancing, whatever you do. You can even set it up how it was set up when you were originally doing it when you didn't have to take these online classes. For example, my schedule was Mondays and Wednesdays, I had my business class from 9 to 10:30, and then I had French from 10:30 to 12. So from 9 to 12, I could say that I'm going to do work, and then from, let's say, 12 to 4, I'll take a break and go dance a little, go maybe take an online dance class, or maybe go eat, do whatever I want to do. Whatever it may be that you want to do, make sure you are taking breaks and you're not just doing work all day, which I'm sure nobody will actually be doing. It's going to take a lot more motivation to get the work started rather than doing too much work. But on the other hand, for motivation, all you have to do is do something. Normally, if I'm not in the mood to do something and I know I need to be doing that something, I just get up, I open it as soon as I can. For example, if it's a paper, I open it, I put my heading, I put what it's going to be about, and then I kind of look at what the assignment is, and then I kind of get my ideas flowing, and then from there I'm already wanting to write the paper. This next tip helped me a lot when I was taking my online class last semester. Make sure that you find a friend within the class. This is probably going to be a lot easier now because it's not starting from the very beginning of the semester and you already don't know these people when you enter the class. But since you already know them, see if you can get someone's number or email or Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it may be, any way that you can get in contact with them. I say this because if you are having trouble in the class and you don't want to ask the teacher, you can go and you can ask your friend and you can say like, hey, like I'm having trouble with X, X, and X. Could you possibly help me? And they'll be like, yeah, and it'll be like, great. And then you'll be like, fine with the class. But yeah, like find a friend who you think maybe knows what they're doing, or even if they don't know what they're doing, having a conversation can always help figure things out within your own mind. The next tip is to take written notes of the PowerPoints that you're given or the lectures or however they are teaching you. Take notes on it. Like physically take the notes on it because it will help you get it in your brain better. And it's really hard, especially with online classes, to stay paying attention because it's so easy to just go on your phone because you're not in an actual classroom. And even if you are in an actual classroom, it is still so easy to go on your phone. So just make sure you're actually handwriting all of your notes because it helps like digest in your mind. This isn't really like only for online, but like for studying, I know when I study, when I handwrite all my notes and things like that after I make my Quizlets and whatever I need to do that I think I need to do to study for that test, I reteach it to somebody else. I don't mean like reteach it to like your dog or like your cat or your fish, like something that like can't talk. Like actually teach it to someone who can talk, because if what you're saying makes sense to them, then you know it well enough to be tested on it. Or you could just memorize. It depends on the class. Another tip is tell your parents when you're going to be doing work. Tell your parents your schedule that I mentioned from earlier. Tell them exactly when you're going to be doing what, so that way they don't bother you when you're doing your schoolwork, because it is so annoying when you're like in the middle of a work session or in the middle of doing work or something, and then you get distracted because someone else is like calling your name or wanting your attention or whatever. Make sure that you tell everyone, these are my school hours, don't bother me at this time. And going off off of that, make sure you put your phone on do not disturb. It helps a lot because you don't get any of the notifications and your phone doesn't like light up, and you're really able to just focus on what you're doing, because when your phone lights up, every time you get a notification, you always want to look and you always want to see, and then that one thing is going to be so important that you have to look at right now, and then all of a sudden you're looking at that, and then all of a sudden you're looking at like baby videos. I don't even know. So those are all the tips and tricks that I have to be successful in an online class. Basically all of these tips I have used in the past and I highly recommend using them. I hope that all of you are successful in your online classes, and please stay safe and wash your hands. And you know, don't be so sad. I mean, I am really sad that I'm not at school right now, but I'm trying to stay positive. There are many things that aren't canceled, like hang out with your family, hang out with your siblings, going outside just for like a little walk in front of your house. But please don't fail your online classes, and if you do, I'm so sorry, and if you don't, then hey! Great! I'm glad you didn't fail your online class. And yeah, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and also make sure you comment down below some tips that you have for taking online classes, or any other tips or things that you want to say about the coronavirus. Let's just get a conversation going. Let's help each other out with this, because I know it's going to be hard for all of us. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also click that bell down below so you know exactly when I post, and I will see you guys in the next Princess Tip video. Love you, babes. Bye. Mwah. Send me your location, let's focus. You want to get the blood black flowing. You want to get the blood black. Number four, make sure you. I don't know how to explain that. You know, you're bound to need help. I don't know if you're not. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just really freaking smart. I don't know. I'm not, but